because I'm fabulous.
Today, this morning,
It's been emotional. Very emotional. The last 2 weeks hit me like a steam train. All my videos disappeared overnight, as you all know now. All because of hatred. And I was racing to get videos back up on my platform. And in comes my week's shadow student who wants to be a Gundog trainer. Right in the middle of it, all the shit. And I thought, oh my God, do I really want this at the moment? And in places, I was in pieces. Head up my arse, didn't know what I was doing. And then this guy rings the bell, Daniel Quinn. And he turns up with Harley Quinn from Alan Chadwick. And the story of this video is Penny Lane. We call her Penny Lane. You've all seen the videos. She came down for a week to spend with a Gundog trainer. And she works in rescue kennels and she's mad keen on dogs. And I believe we should bring people together. Excuse me, still got a bit of a cold. And as soon as Daniel Quinn saw this, and he was a fan of my videos, he contacted me straight away and said, can I have a week's training seminar with you? I want to become a dog trainer. I'd love to become a dog trainer. And you can get apprentice for this and apprenticeship for that. But where can you get apprenticeship to be a dog trainer? You know, young keepers have to start at the bottom and work their way up. And then they become a keeper themselves. And I think the problem is with modern day training and modern society, everybody becomes a trainer overnight on the internet and starts giving advice. And that's the biggest downfall. But he rolled up his sleeves. He was the most helpful lad you can imagine. He was keen. He'd do anything. And that's the sort of person that I would give a break to in life, if that's what your passion was. And when he turned up, he left with the same passion that he turned up with. And I put him through the ringer. I threw everything at him. Why? Because if he'd failed, I'd have said, stick to driving your van or the jobs you want to do in future, because this ain't for you. Because being a dog trainer in today's society is one bitch unless you're good at what you do. And then people find you. But trust me, there's so much bitterness on the internet that people can ruin your business overnight, and they've tried, but it's not worked with me. And so what I did is I took him under my wing and I educated him, and I showed him what the real Chris Upton's like. He saw the real Chris Upton. And then I made him an offer he can't refuse. But he can refuse, because I want him to go away and think about the week, think about how much hard work it is, how much cleaning, maintenance, husbandry, learning modern technology. Well, he's better than me on the computer, trust me. And how to deal with customers, how to put a smiling face when you're feeling down, and yet be open and be honest and be positive, and want to do it for the love of the dogs, and get yourself absolutely shit eye with mud, get yourself shit eye with shit, clean kennels, spray them down. You're always cleaning, always maintenance. It's not always glorified out shooting over dogs. Start at the bottom and work your way up. And not enough people these days do that. They do a few weeks training and then all of a sudden they're Gundog trainers on the internet. And I've opened my life for the last 10 years on the internet for everyone to see. I started doing it to promote my business because I'd moved property 15 years ago into a specific business that I wanted to bring people in and educate. And I pulled away from the trial world because of the corruption. And I've talked about the trial world. And my trial world was my passion. It was my passion. But they destroyed that passion with the hatred and the bitterness and the jealousy. So I moved over to the Gundog world, and I was doing really, really well, just training dogs for people of word of mouth. I didn't need to advertise because I was a good trainer. I got a good reputation, and I started putting stuff up on the internet to help people for free. For free. On my Facebook site. Never planned on being a film star. I never wanted to be a film star. Just wanted to get on with my life and enjoy my life that I've had. I've had a wonderful life. But I wanted to pass on some knowledge. I wanted to give somebody something and say, there you go. That's what I do. If you like it, do it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Simple as that. But I never wanted to be famous. I never wanted to be rich. I've been through business all my life chasing money. But I found something I loved. We all need to earn a living. But we don't need to be con artists. And the problem is out there, if people think they can become overnight dog trainers, they're dreaming. They're living on a different planet. Just because you do a 6-week college course or 16-week college course and you get a certificate, it's rolling up your sleeves, getting in there and learning by your mistakes. And that's what it's about. And what I've done in the last week is thrown Daniel in the deep end and said, sink or swim. Let's see if you can cope with pressure. Because if you can't cope with pressure, there's no point in coming into my world. Because my world is pressurized. I have to get results. People don't like it if you don't get results. They want their money back. And do you know what? I've never had to give anybody their money back because I get results. Because I'm a dogged, determined mother. I'll cut that bit out, shall I? In case Daniel's listening, and his mother, and his stepfather. I have to moderate myself a little bit. I'm a rough diamond. I come from a rough area. I learned to survive. I hardened myself up. So all this shit on the internet I can cope with like a piece of salt. But do you know what? When they took my videos off, without any word of warning, it hit me hard. It hit me hard for one reason. Of all the smiles and all the people who've come here and had wonderful success with their dogs, and now those videos aren't there for them to watch. I was leaving a legacy for everybody to understand what gun dog training is like at this time in our lives. You know, in 200 years' time, there may never be gun dog training. There may never be anything out there for anybody to see. No history. But I was leaving history. Whether you like it or not, that's what I was doing. I was educating. I was leaving history. I thought to myself, I've got 10,000 videos. I've got so many beautiful pictures of dogs in the past that I've trained and customers' dogs. I thought, isn't it a shame that I kick the bucket and they all just disappear because nobody's interested in it? So I started putting up the pictures and the videos when I realised I'd won the hate campaign fight. I'd won that. I proved it. I exposed it on the internet for you all to see because I'm proud of what I do. And if I discipline a dog, I discipline a dog because it needs discipline at the right time. I don't be cruel to dogs. I love dogs and I love people. I'm a people person. And to be told that I abuse dogs and I abuse people and I'm a bully, I will stand and fight my corner. And that's what that's what I've always done. I'm a man of principle. I was a bad lad in my early days, but as I got older, I've got better. I've got more thoughtful, more caring, kinder. I want to please people rather than offend people. But if you come into my life and you want to take me on, you have to take the consequences. And you ain't never met anyone like me. Because I've been there and I've toughened up. So you can't break me easy. But Peter Kane did. Peter Kane did because he wiped those videos out. And I'm not worried about the ones that I made about my dogs, which were fantastic and revolutionary on the internet for helping people. It was the customers. It was the customers' dogs and the heartache where they keep sending me message after message saying, where's my videos gone? I've saved loads of them. I just saved them because they were free. I never realised it'd disappear. Nor did I. Nor did I. I made a mistake. And we all make mistakes in life. I made a mistake. I copied them. I copied another guy's work and put it up to promote him because I won't say too much now at the moment. I'm not on about this guy, but I'm saying that I made a mistake. I apologise. I generally did not make any money from this guy's stuff. I was promoting him and he was promoting my videos. He took my videos down and he did the dirty with YouTube and said he didn't give permission. So they wiped me off without any appeal. Without any appeal. We are appealing, but they wiped me off without any appeal. It wasn't your site's been suspended, temporary, and those videos have been put a hold on so no one can see them until it's disputed, sorted out. That I could have accepted. But to wake up on a Sunday morning with 5.5 thousand of your videos that has taken 10 years of hard work. 5.5 years have been on the internet, but 10 years of hard work, and I just kept posting them up, and people were loving them, and people were learning, and people were getting the bug and enjoying going out with their dogs, you know. And that's what it was about. And that's why Daniel came into our lives. He came into our lives because of the videos. And they've gone now, and we're fighting like crazy with YouTube. I'm not interested in that idiot Peter Kane. He's just a nasty, self-centered, money-orientated idiot. I'm interested in getting those videos back. Not all of them. The ones that belong to the customers, even if they just gave me them back. But I come from a record background, and I used to put music on those videos because when I was talking to customers or explaining about training, I knew one day I wanted to give these videos away as training videos. So I put music, overloaded some of them with music, the real good ones, so you couldn't hear what I was saying, because I didn't want the haters out there to have free footage of everything. I would have loved to give it to everybody for free, but I got some haters, a massive band of haters who are jealous, who are bitter, and yet they watch my videos. They can't put them down the same as the people who love them. I created such a desire for people to turn on and watch my videos. 3.5 million views for a one-man band down in sunny Cornwall. You know, down in, well, say it's sunny Cornwall, it's bloody raining all the time at the moment. But what I'm saying to you is, I created such a feed frenzy of them watching my videos. People would send me message after message after message. That was enough for me. I didn't monetize my site because we had 95% positive feedback. 95%. And we had a band of loyal followers that would follow you and support you and make lovely comments and defend you on sites. And I said to them, there's no point in fighting those idiots. Just let them ramble. I've learnt over the years, you can't bark at every little dog that bites. You can't bite every dog that barks, little dog that barks. Some of those little dogs are just barking at you on the internet. And if you went and found them or said, bring it on, they'd crap themselves. And I learnt over the years, you just got to pretend they're not there and move on. And it's hard at first because nobody likes bad publicity, do they? But you have to learn to live with it. And advice I had and advice I took, but I've never lost a battle that I've taken on. And I think some people have liked that. Some people have liked the fighting Chris Upton. But some people have loved it. Some people have liked my rants. Other people think, just give me the training, just give me the training. Well, of course you would, because you're getting it for free. But some of you say, no, stick to your training. You're brilliant at what you do. But I was actually telling a story. I was telling my story. That was my book on the internet. You were seeing the real Chris Upton and see what I'm having to go through by telling the truth, by being honest. I could have given you glossy videos. I could have given you over-edited glossy videos. But no, then you're not seeing the true Chris Upton. You're not seeing the real Gundog trainer. So this video is dedicated to Daniel, who was a breath of fresh air. And I think we need to pass on our knowledge and our understanding. And he's given me new hope. And out of adversity, sometimes positives come. And I think that Peter Kane, actually, without even knowing it, he hasn't done it on purpose, he's actually given me a kick up the backside to realise I've got to start thinking of my future. I'm 58 years old. I've given you this for 10 years. It's as if you all know me personally, the haters and the positive people. Now, my people rallied around me, my friends, my clients, my family, and they saw how upset I was. And they said, get up, carry on fighting, and don't let them know it bothers you. And I've done that for 10 years. And I've packed it in, been very, very close to packing it in on a number of occasions when I've turned around and seen my missus in pieces, Secret Sue in pieces. And it ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair on her. I don't care, because I'm tough. I'm a tough old dog. I can take criticism and I can give it out as well. And I can fight back. I can fight back dirtier than you can imagine if I wanted to. But what this has taught me is there's too much bitterness out there, there's too much nastiness out there, and we need to come together, the people who are genuine, and look after each other, help each other, and support each other. So that's why, with help from great people around me, they said, no, we've been telling you for ages, set up your own Patreon site. If they want it, they can pay for it. And I've even doubted it and said, well, I don't know if I want that. I feel like I'm begging. But no, it's not. It's bloody business. I'll become too soft. So I dusted myself off and I started putting up videos. My management said, no, put up quality videos, not just any video. And I said, I want to put quantity up to give them value for money. No, give them the quality, not the quantity. Well, you guys are going to decide, because I'm not arguing with my management team. We've all had a sit down. We've all got different opinions. You are the people who are going to tell us what we want, what you want. Do you want 10,000 videos putting up unedited so you can see the real deal? Or do you want edited, glossy videos like out there on the internet? Because when all my videos disappeared off the Gundog section in Google, I looked down and there was the same old boring videos that I've seen time and time again over the years, looking for something magic. The same old boring videos, either glossed up rubbish, not reality. And I thought, I'm not there anymore. I used to be at the top of the list because I flooded the list. And this is what all this is about. It's about aneurysm. I don't even know what it is. Like I say, I'm very tired. But what I'm saying is, it's about who can be at the top of the list. And Peter Kane wanted to be at the top of the list on Google search bar. I don't need to be on the top of the list of Google search bar, but I need to be above the hate campaigners who edit my videos and rubbish me. We're going after those hate campaigners with a legal team now, because now we've gone professional. Before, I just let them edit my videos and say nothing. They've got a major shock coming to them, because Chris Upton, when he's pissed off, he fights back. And this has pissed me off. Why? Because of the people who had the decency to travel from all over the world to come training with Chris Upton, this little fat lad down in sunny Cornwall, this little dog trainer who was putting his work up. I'm going to absolutely blitz the market with beautiful videos, but you're going to have to give me a little bit of time, and I'm going to show you things that you would not believe. I'm going to give you tips that will make other people jealous, because I have watched and mastered so much stuff in 35 years. I was good 20 years ago. By God, I'm even better now. There's a fine line between arrogance and confidence. But there comes a time where you can stand up and say, I've mastered a craft. And that's what I've done. But not only that, I've learnt to teach people to get their dogs to a very, very high standard. And people say to other people who've never been here, oh, he's a big head, he's a bully, he'll treat you like shit, he rubbish you, he uses your videos. Hey, my videos tell a story. And like I said from the very first day, the dogs will tell my story. And that's what we wanted. So what we're doing here is there's a bird gone down here and we're trying to get the dog's head down. And I'm going to actually do a voiceover explaining about this video. But all I've done is stuck this up because tonight I want to celebrate the fact that someone walked into our lives and I thought he was a breath of fresh air, and we need to help these people understand, these youngsters understand what it's all about. He's green in so many areas, but so was I when I started, because I come from a rough area of the Midlands. I didn't even know we had pets. We had pets, but at the end of the day, I had to get out there and experience life before I could start to understand life. So this is just unedited clips that we took today, me and Daniel, before he went back this morning. We went out looking for some birds, putting the dog on some scent, and the sky was blue, and then it was raining, and then the sky was blue. But this guy has rolled up his sleeves and helped me, and I've offered him another week free of charge because of the effort he put in, if he wants to come down and spend another week with me, because he was such a breath of fresh air. That's all I can say to you at the moment. What else is happening at the moment is between me and Daniel, but I would give Daniel a job anytime he wanted, if he really wanted to go down that road of becoming a professional dog trainer. And wouldn't it be wonderful that you saw him develop the same as like a young pup, develop and move forward and become a competent dog trainer? He has got a lovely nature. He's got all the foundations to make it in anything he wants to do in life. And at the end of the day, sometimes we get into a rut and we do a job and then we get a passion for something. But imagine you can turn your passion into your hobby, into your passion, into your job. I was in the record industry. That's why I used to play a lot of music on my tracks, and I still love music to this day. There will be no more music on those tracks, and that will break my heart, because sometimes the movement of the dogs and the music told the story. And so many of you caught on that sometimes the music was telling the story. I didn't need to talk. And you're not going to get that now, but what you're going to get is educational videos. And that's what it's about, education. If we can't pass on our knowledge and our skill, we don't beat dogs. Yes, we discipline dogs, and sometimes I'm bloody hard on a dog, but most of the times it's nurture, nurture, nurture. And that's what I'm saying to you people. Open your eyes, look at the real Chris Upton, and see the real stuff. There's so much jealousy out there. There's people in daily jobs that are so jealous that they may pull in a few people and call themselves gun dog trainers, but in reality, they're part-time people doing it for pin money. And that's going to upset a lot of people, because a lot of people are doing it. But I'm just being totally honest. If you want to find a plumber, you might find someone around the corner who'll do it for you. But the plumber's got the tools, he's got the knowledge, and he can get the job done. A good craftsman knows what he's doing. These videos are unedited in any way. You're seeing the full thing on here. Why? Because he's made mistakes. I'm explaining to him. He's learning. Even the fact that I bucked up a 3-span barbed wire fence about don't let your dog rip yourself up in there. But I'm putting the dog's head down on the scent where the bird was. We went to the spot where the bird was. We're seeing what the dog would do. And then I'm explaining to him, you never let your dog jump off a barbed wire edge fence like that, because it'll rip itself to pieces. Some people don't care about their dogs. They're just tools. We care about our dogs. This little dog was a pleasure to work with, and this guy was a pleasure to work with. I wish everybody who come into the kennel was like him. Hey, he's agile. He makes me jealous. He reminds me when I was a kid. Right? He's not 16. I won't say his age, but he's not 16. But by God, he's keen. He got stuck in, did everything he's told, and loved it. And that's what it's about, everyone. It's about teaching our skills and passing it on. I want to help people understand how to get the best out of their dog. This is his first little gun dog. He should be proud of himself for what he's done. And isn't it wonderful when someone says, I've not been to another trainer, I've only done it by watching your videos. It's fantastic. But it's about education. You shouldn't try and run before you can walk. That's the most important thing. If you're trying to become something, you need to master the skill. I'm going to put up some videos of me when I was Daniel's age, 29 years ago. And I tell you what, I get embarrassed when I watch them, because I'm doing the same mistakes that he is doing. And I'd won with 2 dogs at this point in my career, in my trial career. I had 2 field trial winners in the kennel, and test winners they were as well. And they were in my kennel. And I was doing the same mistakes as what Daniel was doing, and so many people who come to me. But I don't make those mistakes in the same way now, because it's repetition, repetition, repetition. There's nothing finer than watching yourself on a video to see your plus points and your negative points. Some people say, oh, people just turn up at this place because they want to be famous. Load of crap. Absolute load of crap. They want to learn. They want to move forward. They like my humour, because I can diffuse firmness with humour. Here's a fine example. This dog is learning to hunt the bank. We're using the hedge and the fence at the top, and the dog's running on the road. We don't want the dog running on the road. We want the dog hunting that little bank. And that bank, there you go, that dog then said, oh, there's been some here. Did you see the head go down? Now all of a sudden it's a hoover. Now all of a sudden it's gone up 3 gears and a bloody hoover, look. It started off crap. Now look at it. It's like a freaking turbo flying machine. Now it's on the road again. It's not going to find nothing on the road. Teach it that you're going to find on there. This is majestic. This is real dog training. Cut out the bullshit and all the idiots, the great pretenders out there. And that's what they are. There's more great pretenders than decent people. But the decent people support me. The decent people contact me in private and say, you keep doing what you're doing, Chris, because you're saying it the way it is. No one else has got the balls to do it. That's what I'm doing. I've took the shit because I can take it, but it ain't fair on my wife. So we've decided to go over to Patreon, and you can pay for it if you want it now. I've given it you for 10 years free. I've given it for 5 years on YouTube for free, over 5 years. And guess what? All the haters will have to come in and pay for it, won't they, if they want it, if they want to slag me off. I'm not giving any more advice on Facebook and YouTube. You're going to have to come into Patreon, and then I will look after my team who look after me, who support me. You're going to pay. You're going to support me through my pension with my work. This is my pension plan. I've helped so many people in the Southwest, and none of them have had the decency to come forward and make comments and say that man helped me when I was a novice and knew nothing. A panel judges, B panel judges, they're just self-centered, horrible people who look after their own interests. They're never interested in giving a compliment or coming in and saying, without Chris Upton, he wouldn't have given me the inspiration to go forward in the Gundog world. I ran the training classes. I was on the committee for trials. I gave back because I believe that that's the way forward. If you take, you've got to give back. This guy was an inspiration to me. Everything I did and everything I said to him, and trust me, I've been a little bit snappy because when I'm under pressure, my adrenaline's buzzing and I can be a bit snappy. He didn't once take offence. He just jumped, laughed at it and took it on board. He was shit-eye. He was shit-eye the way I've always been. You see these great pretenders walking around with these cravats and all the gear, no idea gang. This guy rolled up his sleeves and was ready to get down and get dirty. Gundog training is a bit like being a keeper. You want a job, you've got to give 100%, else you're wasting your time. But this lad, if he wants a job, I'll give him a job if he wants to learn. But we've discussed things, and what we've discussed is private. I'm telling you, I don't reach out very often. I have many people who come to me who want to be great Gundog trainers, but guess what? I wouldn't take some of them on because some of them wouldn't have a clue. Some of them wouldn't have the dedication. This guy was focused. Eye contact was there. He was listening. He was remembering, and he was learning. And he's a sponge. He's hungry for it. Look, he's hungry for it, and he should be proud of himself because he could have come down. He could have been on his mobile phone, talking to people on the mobile phone all the time. He rolled up his sleeves, like I said, put his coat on, and he was filthy every day. And in this weather we've had, everything is filthy. Look at him running to flush that bird, right? Mad keen on it. He got the head down where the bird was. Look, taking the dog, taking the line where the bird is. Look at him running. I wish I had that enthusiasm and that energy that I had when I was his age. That's what gets you places in life: energy and enthusiasm and desire. And if you haven't got the desire, you're wasting your time. Now, what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to split it up, put up the good points where I'm explaining things. We're going to put them up. All the good stuff is going into Patreon. We're going to put advertising videos up on YouTube and Facebook just to say I'm still around, but I will not be answering your questions. I will not be doing what I've been doing for the last 10 years. You've taken up so much of my life. I've given to you. Now it's your turn to give back. If you like my videos, come into Patreon. If you don't, not a problem. Move on with your life. I wish you all the best. And that's what I'm saying to you people. Chris Upton is taking a new direction. He is not fighting people on the internet anymore. He's moving forward and educating. He's building a platform of a training school for Gundog people who want to learn to become Gundog trainers. You know, keepers, anybody, want to work in a beating line, you want to work on a shoot, I'm the man now to show you how to get your dog to a good standard that any keeper would say you are an asset working for him. Keepers work really, really hard on shoots because of the desire and the love they have for working for with the job they've got. And that's exactly what I do. I do this for a passion. I don't do it for the money. The money is an extra, but I need money to survive. Look at him. He's listening. His hands are in his pockets because I told him to keep his hands in his pockets. His movement. Look at this little dog. That little dog loves him. That guy could go on a shoot with this dog this season and be in heaven with this little dog, and this little dog will work beautiful for him. What a fantastic time for this lad to come into my life. Like I said, I was hearing pieces the week before he came. I could have easily cancelled, but he was so keen to come down, I didn't cancel. The weather was shit. He's been helping me on the internet. He's been loading videos. He's got more idea with technology than I can imagine, and he can type like a typist. Jesus Christ, man! I've never seen anyone on a keyboard so fast. But like I say, we've all got different skills. But this lad can multitask, and this lad wants to learn. And look at this little dog. You should, if this lad don't get, 150 every time somebody watches this video doesn't get a like. This is what this site's about. It's about the people. It's about the customers who come here training. It's about the dogs. Look at it. Look at that little dog. All he wants to do is please him. He's got a bond with it. And yes, he does use discipline. What a fine example. What a fine example of how to educate a person and educate a dog. And all that dogs we're doing with that little dog at the moment is getting the head down and getting it realise what scent is. And he was loving it. And this is just this morning alone that we did this 30 minutes that we did on here. Okay, it's condensed a little bit because I keep switching the camera on and off when I get onto a new bit of ground. I just wanted to show you, and I will edit it and show you what I'm actually saying to him. But this is what it's about. It's about getting out there, rolling up your sleeves, and doing your apprenticeship, learning from the bottom and working your way up. Don't become a great pretender like so many couch potatoes on the internet. I keep saying about these Gundog groups. These Gundog groups are set up by middle-aged women, couch potatoes who sit on freaking settee with a little pet, and they call themselves Gundog trainers. I'm not interested. The admin will throw you off if you say anything sensible, because they're a bunch of piranhas looking for business on the internet. Part-time dog trainers. And if I went after all of them and exposed every one of them, you'd be laughing your friggin' heads off. I'm not even doing it. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the real people in this world. I'm interested in people who have a dedication and want to move forward. Look at this. This is majestic. Hands in pockets. It's all about movement and watching the dog. Unedited clips of this little dog working for him like a Trojan horse. Little dog with a big heart. Young lad with a big heart, lots of desire, and wants to move forward. Anyway, that's enough from the big mouth Midlander, Chris Upton. Hope you enjoy. There is so much good stuff coming up, everyone. But like I was saying, we're taking a different direction, and I think we're doing it for the better. So I'd like to thank Peter Kane in one way. It's made me wake up and smell the bacon. This bit here was terrible. This bit here, the dog was running around. There was no cover, and yet she's still there with him. Not no cover. She just didn't know what to do here. It's terrible. Daniel, you want to get rid of that dog, and I'll sell you a good one. Bollocks. This little dog was learning. This little dog was a fantastic little dog, and this little dog makes you wake up in the morning and think, yes. Now watch when the cover starts to thicken up, and watch this little dog come alive. Because there's been birds sitting here in the sun. I know exactly where the birds sit when the sun comes out. And do you know what? This is fantastic ground. And I know he's walking through it fast because I'm telling him I want the dog to get onto a bird. And I want the dog to start punching the cover and enjoying itself. Look, and you can see the dog is enjoying it. One man and his dog. That's what it's about, everyone. One man and his dog. I'm not being sexist. Or one woman and his dog. I want positive people walking into my life. I don't want negative people. Negative people stay on those Gundog groups and talk with each other and feed bullshit to each other, because that's what it is. It's about I'm better than you, you're better than me. Load of crap. Get out there and train your dogs and learn how to train dogs before you start trying to teach people and mess up dogs. I've had so many people coming to me in the last 3 years, and the stories they tell me about dog trainers they've been to, and the crap they tell them what to do, ruining their dogs, and we turn them round. Why? Because we train dogs properly. We know how to train dogs properly. This little dog will be an asset anywhere, in the trialing world, shooting world, beating line. This little dog, whether you go picking up with it, she is lovely. She's loving life. She's doing what she's bred to do. The genetics are there, and that's what's good. And he's learning. Look at him, working as a team. And that's what it's about. Man and dog. working as a team. It's ancient. We've done it for thousands of years, and now we got fluffies, idiots, morons telling us what we should be doing and how we should be doing it. Get a life. I live in the real world. This is Chris Upton, thanking you all for watching. Jesus Christ, that was long, wasn't it? Good night, all. I'm going to bed.
There's a gap there, look for a gap. There you go, she found it for you. She's helping you. Lovely. That's what she needs to do. Flow. Keep going, beautiful. That little patch makes so much difference. Lovely. Stay on the outside yourself. Right, that'll do her. Bring her in. Carry on. No, carry on. No, carry on. Leave that. Stop making a thing of it. Get in there. She knew that was there. Now she's going up a gear. Look at her. Come on, back to you. Feed her back in. Teach her to run on the coppice. Back to you. Come on, she should be with you. Going forward. Get on. Okay, Dan, she's not ready for that. Bring her back out. No problem. She's loving it in there because there's scent in there.